My name is Dr. Kasamba. I'll be helping you. Initially, the topic is saying annuities, but when I was preparing, I saw that your annuities is very light. It is just an introduction. It's not at a deeper level. I thought it was going to involve deferred annuities and all that stuff. So I then decided to include other topics under the financial maths, that is the amortization and also sinking funds. So I'll be taking you through those. Um, Now we are talking about annuities. Annuities and in financial maths, if ever you've got a principal, let's say you're working with compound interest, you'll have one principal. You know, you invest that amount over a certain period. But with annuities is when you are making contributions every month towards that specific investment. So it is called annuities. And then those who are attending AMA societies, whereby you are contributing imali every month with society, that monthly premium, that monthly payment, that is a kind of an annuity. And I think we need to have a word to describe it in like as a way the society, the annuity for the societies. And then other annuities, you find them those who've got provident funds, whereby there is a specific lump sum, and then the payments are being made to the investor, that was you, at the retirement age. The monthly payments that you get does not necessarily have to be monthly payments. It can be payments that are made half yearly, as long as there are payments that are made consistently. We call that an annuity. So now the definition of an annuity is when you've got more than one principal, so many payments. These are called the payments. I'm going to use an annotation R. It can be deposits or withdrawal. It can be withdrawing every month on a specific investment. That is an annuity. What is common about what is characterizing the annuity? The payments are equal amounts. Let's say it's 100 Rand every month. That will be the most characteristic of an annuity. And then there are some of the annuities whereby you'll be making payments for 6 months, and then the payment would increase depending on an inflation rate. But what is important is the payments need to be equal. Okay. And then they need to be done in equal intervals. Those are the main defining features of the annuity. And then what makes different kinds? There are different kinds of annuities. There is an ordinary annuity, there is an annuity due. Okay, there is also a deferred annuity. There's also a perpetuity annuity, and then the perpetuity annuity, you'll find it for people. I remember one of my family members, the husband passed away, and then they said now there'll be payments that will be paid to the wife until the wife dies, or they'll be getting a medical aid cover until they die. That is until perpetuity. So those are different kinds of annuities that you find. They are defined by the time of the payments. The nature of the payments would define specific kinds of annuities that you'd find. And you also have the compound interest. You are using compound interest to calculate the annuities. And what is also characterizing annuities is you must always, when you are doing your calculations, your payment period must be equal your compound interest periods. What does that mean? If ever the payments, okay, the payments are made monthly, even the compound interest needs to compound monthly. If any of those two are not consistent, that means you need to convert the other one. Let's say the compound interest, you've got a payment that is 12 months, is paid each month, but the interest is compounding quarterly, you would have to convert that quarterly interest to be similar to 12 months. Okay, to with an effective 12 months interest rate. So those are the defining features of your compound interest. So now we are going to look at those. What is important about annuity? We are going to look mostly on the ordinary annuity. Okay, so the ordinary annuity is when the payments are made at the end of the time periods. For example, let's say this is your beginning of the month, this is your T0, this is your T1, this is your T2, this is your T3. We are talking about, let's say, for monthly payments. So if ever you are getting an annuity, which is an ordinary, which is paid monthly, and then it means if you're starting in January, you'll only get payment at the end on the 30th or 31st of January. That's what is called an ordinary annuity. And then it's still the same. The payments are equal size. And then we are calculating using compound interest. The compound interest period should be the same as the payment periods. Okay, so now we are saying the payments are made at the end of each period. So it is important to know how to write your story in the timeline. Okay, so here are the formulas. Okay, so you've got a present value annuity and the future value annuity. So what is defining these? It is their formulas. Ne? The formula for present value annuity would be defined by this. Okay. However, remember we said when you are calculating compound interest, there's always compounding periods. Okay, we've seen that when we're calculating effective interest, we're always emphasizing on effective interest. So we are saying to be safe, you need to write your interest in such a way that it is reflecting the compounding period. So this is the formula which helps us to think about the compounding periods without having any worries. How do I convert I or what? So this is the formula that is going to be used going forward. Okay, and then I'm not sure if ever you've got financial calculators. If ever you don't have financial calculators, you can use calculator soup. You can go to Google and look for calculator soup. There is a website which has got different calculators. Under calculator soup, you find financial calculators which are calculating for you things for finance, and also if ever you are doing data handling, it will also help you with your data handling. It will also help you with mathematics. Okay, scientific calculator. So if you go to Google and say calculator soup, when you go to that website, you will see different categories. So for you, you can go to calculator soup and then look for future values annuity, present value annuity. So you can work with those without even stressing. You don't need to go and buy a financial calculator because we are doing quantitative literacy here. So you don't need to get a financial calculator. So for you, you can go and get go to the website, the calculator soup. It will solve your problems, many of your problems. Okay, so don't worry about the notation. I just want to keep you focused on the formula. And now let us look at the example. So, because what is important is for us to know how to do the calculations. Okay, so let us look on the first example. Okay, the first example here, it is saying determine the present value of equal payments of 1,500 per month for 9 years at 7.5% per year compounded monthly. Okay, remember we said when we are looking at these calculations, make sure that your payments are similar to the compounding periods of your interest. So if you look at this, the monthly payments are per month, and then this is compounding monthly. Then you are happy. You don't need to be worrying about this. This is an ordinary annuity, so we have to decontextualize the mathematics in the problem. We are looking for the present value. We know what kind of formula that we are going to retrieve. Okay, we are going to retrieve a formula for present value annuity, and then we know what is our monthly payments. Our monthly payments, it is equal to 1,500. Okay, and what else do we know here? We know that our interest is equal to 0.075. It is 0.75. And then what is a compounding period? The compounding period, remember, is M. It is compounding monthly, so your M is equal to 12. When something is compounding monthly, we know that our M is equal to 12. And then we know this is a specific period. It is your T is equal to 9. Okay, so at this point, you can even draw this thing on your timeline. On your timeline, you can have that and say, I know Guti, at time 0, I don't do anything. Okay, at time 0, I don't do anything, but I know at the end of that month, this month, I need to be making monthly payments of 15,000. This is time 2 of 15,000 until TN, your TN is equal to 9. Until the 9th year, you are paying, you are making those monthly payments. So now we need to take all this information and put it on the formula. What is the formula for present value? The formula for present value, it is equal to P is equal to R, okay, into 1 plus I M over M. Remember, we said we are going to be using this formula because it is easy to work with this formula. Okay, when you've got this, okay, and that's, I should have written them on the following each other. These two implies that your N is equal to no, this one, the compounding periods. Remember, your N need to also to be converted. You've got this. So now your number of payments, that is your N, is going to be 9 multiplied by 12. Okay, that is your N is equal to M multiplied by T. If you go back to our previous, if you've been following my my workshops, you would see how we are writing the compounding periods, the number of payments, that is your N. You write it in terms of M and T. So you've got everything there. So you've got your formula. This is to the power N minus 1. And then divided by IM divided by M into 1 plus IM. Some text, you'll find that they are writing JM. It does not really matter as long as you know what does it stands for. And then you've got your N. This is an ordinary annuity. What needs to be done here is just to plug this thing and then into you plug all the information into your formula. Your R is 15,000. Is it 15,000? 1,500. Now I sound like Zoom out, does not know how to pronounce mathematical numbers. And then you've got 1 plus, what is your I? Your I is 0.075. And then we divide it by M. Our M is equal to 12 and then this to the power. What is your n? You already have your n. You said your n is 9 times 12. So you're going to have 9 times 12 minus 1 divided by, what is your IM? Your I is 0,075 divided by 12. This is divided by 12 into 1 plus 0,075 divided by 12 to the power, your n there is 9 times 12. Without really impressing anyone, you do have scientific calculators, okay? If you've got a scientific calculator, you can plug this thing into your calculator. One step. You don't need to be wasting time and be busy entering step, one step. This whole thing, you can enter it into your calculator, or you can decide into, okay, I'm going to first simplify, I'm going to first simplify this part and then simplify this one or simplify this one. It does not really matter, but your calculator can handle all of this. You can enter it at one step or go to calculator soup. Calculator soup, you go and click present value for annuities. The calculator soup will ask you for the present value. It's going to ask you for the interest rate. It's going to ask you for the compounding periods. It's going to ask you for T, the number of years, and the payments, and then it's just going to give you the answer. So here, that is a calculator that you would use. It's online. It's a financial calculator. So here the answer is going to be 117,545.50. Okay, so that is one example on how to calculate the present value annuity. When you are given, when the month and the compounding periods of your compound interest are similar. Okay, so let us look on another example. Okay, let us look on the future value. Future value of an ordinary annuity. The future value is when you move each payment R to the last date and add together. So it will be the last payment. You make payments until the last the last date, and then you want to get the future value of those payments. Okay, so now you've got a formula. Here is the formula, but we don't want to be working with this formula. You want to be working with a formula which is going to reflect the compounding periods. Hence, we are suggesting this formula because this formula is taking care of the compounding periods, that is your M. Okay, so now make sure that you are clear which formula to use. What kind of question are you asked? You don't just use any formula. That's what is critical at this stage. Okay, let's look at this example. Okay, this example.
Ma'am, can I quickly disturb you?
Ebo?
Can I quickly disturb you? On the first example, I don't know, is it me or is it my calculator? I got 240,000 Rand.
On your calculator?
Yes.
240?
Yes.
I also got 240.
Is it? Let me check. Let me check on my side. I'm going to check it on kitchen soup, on calculator soup. Anyone?
I got the same answer as you for kitchen soup.
Which answer you got?
145. Yeah.
You got the same answer?
Yes, I got the same answer.
Okay.
Ma'am, do you mind doing me a favor? Can't you go to the calculator soup so that maybe we can see?
Okay, you go to calculator soup. The first screen, you go to financial. If you are doing maths, you will go to any of these. So we want to go to financial. So we go to time value for money.
Time value for money.
And then on time value for money, you look for all the different things that you want this thing to calculate for you. So here we want to calculate the present value of an annuity. You double click there. Then the number of periods, we know our T, we said our T is equal to 9.
9. Yes.
And then our rate, we said, this one, you don't put it as a decimal point, you put it as 7.5. So it's 7.5. And then we said the compounding periods is 12. Okay. So our payments, we said, is 1,500. Okay. We don't have a growth.
Mhm.
And then the payments period is 12 months. And then it is an ordinary. Then you calculate.
$7.5.
So I'm not sure where you.
I wonder where I went wrong. Let me see.
And then another thing with these calculators is the decimal points.
Oh, okay.
The number of decimal points would have to leave maybe to the 5 decimal places, so then you don't run into truncation error.
But I used.
Oh, I get the same answer.
Pardon?
I used calculator and I got the same answer as yours.
You got 117.
Yes.
No, maybe there's somewhere. That's why I just want to follow. Is it Kabelo who's got who had 200,000? So then I can
It's
follow through
Kabelo.
your thinking.
It's me, it's Kabelo. Because when I use this calculator that you showed us, the calculator soup, I get you the 117,545.50. But when I put it into my calculator as the steps as you showed them, I get 240,000. So I don't know, is it me? Maybe I'm entering it wrong on my calculator or what? I must just maybe try figure it out.
Let me see if I'm entering it in my calculator, if ever it's going to give me that. It's long, but it's worth trying. I want to see, because it's important to check these things so then we can see where we are going wrong with our. You're using a scientific calculator, ne?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm using a scientific calculator. Let me open my scientific calculator. I do have my scientific calculator here.
Is it a scientific? No, I think it's a casual. No, it's a casual. It's not scientific. Sorry.
Let's see. I want to show you mine. I've got this one. Is it this one?
No.
Because
okay, I think that's the older one. But yeah, I'm using a casual. I think that's the older one. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
But is it a scientific calculator? Does it enter? Because some of the calculators cannot handle too much data.
Hey, on that one, I don't know.
They cannot handle too much data. So you find that you find the calculator which is going to work for you. Let me see. I want to go back. I want to have this. And then I want to close. Okay, anyway. This, let's see, I want to open brackets. I want this. Man, why is this thing not? Backstage. Why it does not want to enter my thing? Is there something wrong with my calculator?
I don't think so. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I got it. Backstage. Backspace. I'm saying backstage. Okay, I want to enter this thing. Let's go. Yeah. On my numerator, I've got I've
75.
got 1 plus, again, I need my thing. I've got 0, on my calculator, 0,075, ne?
Yes.
Ne? And then over 12, I come here, I've got 12, ne? And then this,
Close bracket to the power.
I need to close bracket to the power
108.
Is it 108?
Yes.
108. You can just follow through. You tell us where you got yours wrong, ne? Minus 1,
Yes.
ne? Then I need to go to my denominator. Okay, on my denominator, I need my fraction. Okay, on my fraction, I've got 0, 0, 0, 70. 75, ne?
Yes, ma'am.
75. And then on my denominator, I've got 12, ne? And then I need to
Open
brackets, whereby I've got 1
plus 0.075
plus, I need a fraction, 0.075, and then I've got this, which is 12, ne? And I need to close brackets. Am I fine? Ne?
Yes,
I need
ma'am.
to close brackets to the power 108.
Yes.
Enter. Ne?
Yes.
My calculator is long, is old, it cannot handle too much data. This is my long simulator. It cannot handle too much data, guys.
Let me see. Yeah, it still gives me 239,918. I don't know why.
Other people are getting to. Are there any people who are getting that amount?
Because when I do it with the online calculator insurance, I get the very same answer. And when I do it on my calculator, it gives me something else.
0,075 divided by 12. Woo! It's 1, what plus 1 to the power 108.
It's 0.00625.
I got 11745
Using what? Your calculator?
using my Casio calculator.
Okay, guys, how did you just enter everything on the goal?
I entered it as it is.
So is it a new model? Mine is an old model, the emulator that I have. So
I think it's old model. I don't know, but it's an old model.
Ish. Maybe you can continue because I don't know.
But when I use my financial calculator, I get 240. So I don't know where the problem is. So.
Yeah, Nami, I'm lost. But I think I'll just stick to this calculator soup just for safety purposes.
So that is the story. I think what is critical, if you've got things that I like, that's why I love technology, because there are so many nice ways of doing things. Okay. Even if you've got a financial calculator, you just enter the data. This is what is important. You must know what are your components. What is it that you are looking for? Once you've got this, plug this thing into your calculator. No one is interested on how you manipulate these and enter. Okay, so let us look on another example. This is the one for future value. Here is the story of this lady. This lady, her name is called Denise. And then she has just started a job, né? And she wants to save money for the future. She decides to deposit 1,000. What is important? How often is the payment made? It is semi-annually. What does semi-annually means? It means this thing is compounding twice per year. Okay, and it's at the end of each and every 6 months. Are you cool there with the semi-annual payments? That means the payments are made every 6 months. That is twice per year, because you've got 2 6 months in the year. So we've got our M there, and then her money goes into a bank account at Cape Town Trust Bank, and the account receives this amount. This interest is compounding semi-annually. So we are happy. Both our payment and our interest, they've got the same compounding periods, so we don't need to be stressing and converting anything. If one of them is not compounding on same periods, you would have to stress about doing ilantika of converting. I'm not sure if I've got an example where we are going to be converting. I'll show you how you do e-conversion. Okay, how much will Denise have in her account after 40 years? Okay, so now what we need to do here after 14 years, that is in the future, you already know, oh, you are looking for a future value. You don't know what is your future value. And then you know your payments is equal to 1,000. And then you know that the compounding periods is equal to 2 because you've got semi-annually, and these are the same, you are happy. And then your interest is equal to 0,0796. Okay, you know that your T is equal to 40. This implies that your number of payments is equal to M multiplied by T, which is equal to 2 multiplied by 40. Okay, which is equal to 80. So once you've got this information, guys, stop wasting time. Go to your calculator soup or your scientific calculator or your financial calculator, enter the information. You know you are looking for a future value, you let the calculator do the stuff for you. So here you've got your R. I'm going to do this thing manually and then also do it on the calculator soup. So you've got your R, I've got everything here. So what is it? I need to get the correct formula. The formula for the future value is equal to, for those who want to do things manually, is equal to R into, you've got your R into 1 plus IM over M to the power N. This must be a little bit long. Minus 1 divided by, so I got the correct information. So I can just plug in all the information. My R here is equal to 1,000 into 1 plus
Maybe before you
0.
continue, quick one.
Yeah.
After the divide, is it IM over M, ne?
Yeah, it's I. I'm working either with it's IM. Ne? Is that fine?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
So this is divided by semi-annually. We know what is 2, ne? So we are going to have 2 into minus 1. You divide. Your I is 0,0796 divided by 2, ne? Then that's it. Okay, so this is going to be to the power of 8, ne? This, ne?
Yes.
That
Yes.
is your N. So may those they can use, those who can use Ilento is scientific calculator. Do that. So I was able to do this thing step by step, so I might as well do it for those now who cannot go to Ilento, because I've already done a calculation. So this is equal to 1,000. Okay. This is 1,000, 1,0398. To the power 80, okay, minus 1 divided by 0,0398. I hope this is not too much data. Your calculators can easily handle this. It's 545, 172,54. Okay, I think the scientific calculator, if ever you reduce this thing into this, can easily handle that data. Let us look on how we can do this on the calculator soup. Where's my calculator soup? There is my calculator soup. I am looking for a future value. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I don't want the present value. I want a future value. I'm going to look for future value. Future value annuity. I'm going to get this one. So the number of for the future value, the number of compounding periods, we said our T from our analysis, we said our T is equal to 40. Okay. And then we set our rate. Remember, we're going to write our rate as 7,96, 7.96. Okay. The number of compounding periods we said is 2. Okay. And then the payment is 1,000. We don't have any growth rate. The growth rate is when maybe your annuity, you pay maybe 200 per month, and then at some point it increases. That will be the growth rate, because we don't need that. And then the periods here, the payments is also compounding. Everything is compounding twice there. And then it's an ordinary annuity, and then let us calculate. Okay. Is it calculating? There is my calculator soup. I'm not sure those who have done with the scientific calculator, what the answer are you getting?
I got the same.
You got the same?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you can get the feel on how you do these things. I mean, I thought yours was complicated. It's not complicated. I even prepared things for deferred annuities, but I saw no, you don't really need that. So this is how you do it. Just extract information and that's it. You've got nice calculators like Abo calculator soup to do everything for you. Okay, here is the one which is I'm not sure if ever you will ever get across this one in your exam or whatever, but it's interesting for you to know how you deal with an issues whereby your compounding periods is not the same as the payments period. Okay, so if you've got a case like that, what is it that you do? Okay, so here is an example that I came across. And then it say, what is the present value? It's looking for the present value. Okay. What is the present value? You are looking for a present value here. What is a present value? You are looking for it. They're already telling you of the payments. Don't worry about the pounds or the rands. Just look at the value. So your R here is equal to 250. Okay. Of 200, made it at the end of every quarter. Okay, so now your M here is equal to 4. Remember, when thing is compounding quarterly, your compounding periods is to 4. Okay, and then you are told that your I, okay, your T, ne? Your T is 12,5 years. So you've got your T, which is 12,5. And then here, your interest, you are told that your interest is equal to 0,075, and then this thing is compounding semi-annually. There is a problem. Yeah? This thing must compound similar to your payments. Okay, so now it means you need to convert this semi-annually interest to become quarterly. All right. So this one, it is compounding. I'll just write here, is compounding, uh, is compounding semi-annually. There is a problem. We cannot have such. Everything must be compounding similar periods. It must be compounding in this format. Okay, so now we've got a problem. So if you've got a problem like that, you can convert this thing manually. I'm not sure if ever we can do it with our let's see what's going to happen with our calculator soup. Before I show you how you convert, I'll have to take you through how you convert this thing, so then it becomes, this can be converted, so then it becomes quarterly. We're going to convert this thing quarterly. This is the formula that you would use. Your formula to convert this into a quarterly, you use a formula, which is this, which is N into 1 plus J M over M over M. Okay. Iqalile is to the power M over N, okay, minus 1. This is a calculator for converting between nominal interests. You convert from quarterly to semi-annually. So you would use this this formula. So here we want to convert, okay? We want to convert to a quarterly rate. Our M, we want our M to be equal to 4, okay? So for us to convert into a quarterly rate, so this should be the N, this should be your N here. This is your N, and this is your N. So now we want to convert to a quarterly rate. Okay, so now for us to convert to a quarterly rate, we know we've got our N according to this formula. Our N here is 4. This has nothing to do with this, guys. Ne? I don't want you to use the information which is on this side. Here we are getting out of this because we've got problems. Ne? It's like you go to fix your car, and then your car has got a problem of maybe a radiator, and then you find that before you can even fix the radiator, it needs to go for a panel beating. So you need to take your car out of where they are fixing it and take it to a different place. So now we are getting out of this scenario and go to the different place and fix our interest rate. After we get our interest rate, we come back here. Okay, so now we've got our N, which is 4, which is equal to 1 plus. What is our JM? Our JM, it is this interest rate, which is 0,075, whereby our M is equal to, our M is semi-annually. Is it semi-annual? Here. I'm looking for this M. I'm not talking about this one. I'm looking for the interest rate. I'm not talking about this one. This is the creature that has made us to go to the panel beating. So we are taking this and go and diagnose it in the panel beating. So now you've got this. Our M is 2, 4 minus 1. This is the formula that you would convert semi-annually, so then it becomes becomes quarterly. So you substitute everything, and then you'll get that your interest rate is going to be 0.074. So this will be the interest rate that you would use if you are going to be using this thing manually. Okay, so now you would take this formula, and then you take this new interest rate and come and get your formula. Your formula is equal to P, which is equal to, I'm not going to write the original formula. I'm just plugging in everything. So you've got 250, which is 1 plus 0.073098. I'm very careful, guys, when I'm working with Eland. When I'm using Emmanuel, not to put things into the second decimal place earlier, because I'm avoiding to get incorrect errors, answers. So I've got this. What is our M? We are here now. We are out of the panel beating. We came back here. Yeah? So here, according to our formula, you've got your thing is 4, and then your N is equal to 12,5 multiplied by 4. I think your answer is equal to 80 if I'm correct. 12,5 multiplied by 4. This is going to give me 50. No, 80 means this is 50. So our N here is equal to 50 minus 1. Okay, and then I've got my denominator. Our Casios will never handle this thing. Never. 0.0. This is 74, guys. This is 74. 0.74098. 0.743098. 0.0743 43098 divided by 4 into 1 plus 0.0743098 over 4. This is a future value formula, guys. This is divided by 4 into, it's too complicated. It's a present value length. This is 50, and then you plug everything into your calculator, and then your answer should be, your present value should be 8096,11. Okay, now this is when if you are doing this thing manually. Let's see if ever you are using a calculator soup without manipulating anything, if ever it's going to give us the similar value. I'll go here. Okay, I'll go to my future value. I'm looking for a present value, so I'll go and look for my present value, because I don't want a future value. I want a present value. Okay, this is time value for money, and I'm looking for present value annuity. And then the number of payment periods, we said the number of payments periods, it is equal to 12,5. So I've got 12.5, and then the rate. I'm going to enter the original rate. The original rate, it was 7.5. I've got 7.5. And then this, the original information, this was compounding semi-annually, which is equal to, is it 2? The payment, the payment is the payment. This one, the rate is compounding semi-annually. It's only the payment that is doing its own thing. So I want to see if ever it's going to give us the 8096. So here is equal to 250. Okay, this thing is not growing. So these payments are compounding, is compounding quarterly according to the given information. It's an ordinary. So I will calculate and see. Then I will calculate. When I calculate, my calculator soup gives me 8096. It's easy to work with this calculator. This and also the financial calculator. The financial calculator, you don't need to convert any nominal rates. You just enter the rate as it's given in its compounding periods, then it will give you an answer. This was just an emphasis for those who wants to do things the original way. You'd have to first convert, guys, manually. You do it like this, then you would get your answer. Okay, let us move on because I want to cover other stuff. That is how you would do, but I think it's easy if you are working with this calculator that is online or the financial calculator. I'm not going to do annuities due because it's not part of your requirements. They are only discussing ordinary. This annuity due is just for interest sake. The annuity due is when you are making payments at the beginning of the month. That means rent. Rent, we normally pay it at the beginning of the month. Okay, so that will be an annuity due. So annuity due has got different formulas. You don't have to worry. This is for interest sake, guys. This is just for interest sake. It's got different formulas. It's got present value for annuity due. It's got also future value for annuity due. So don't worry. I just wanted to share with you, Guti. This is another type. This is the example of such. I'm not going to do it because it's not part, because I'm looking at the time. I thought I was going to have enough time to look at it, but we've got other stuff that we need to do. Okay, we need to be looking at this thing. Sinking funds. Okay. Yini is sinking fund. A sinking fund, businesses often would set out aside money for replacing an outdated equipment or old vehicles in accounts called sinking funds. It's all about regular deposits and sometimes lump sum deposits that are made into these accounts so that enough money would have been accumulated by the time a new machine or the cars needs to be purchased. Okay. Remember, guys, we are talking about decontextualizing, decolonializing. You know, that thing that they are busy talking about, which I don't know when it will ever start and how they are going to begin doing it. But when we are talking about decolonization, we are saying the examples that we are given should be the examples that are relating to our context. So now when I was looking at sinking funds, I thought of something that is closer to my heart, something that I could relate with. I thought of Ilento, Ama Society, those who are from Ekasi. You know, into Guti, if you will drive around Ekasi Lako, you'll find that Gunama grocery. You know, there are groceries. The people are putting up money throughout the month, the year, for Uti at the end of the year, they keep a grocery. Okay, so maybe they say some of the societies you pay 200 or 300 depending on how much grocery that you want at the end. So at the end of the year, okay, when you have put these monthly payments, that's an annuity. It's a kind of an annuity. At the end of the year, you are not going to get that money. Instead, you will get a grocery. Okay. So your aim, your intentions, okay, your intentions is not to get the money. Your intentions is to get a grocery. That's why when you put that money every month, not December, where to bring back home is a grocery, not the money, because that is the nature. That is a sinking fund. Okay. So why are we bothering? We need to know a sinking fund. Okay, fine. If I want to purchase a motor at the end of the year, how much am I going to be needing? Okay, so Ilento is sinking fund. It is simple. Okay, it is simple. You just have to remember our formulas. Okay. But our formulas will be given to you. You just have to know which formula to use. Okay, so we are saying now, remember you are putting imali for a future. So your formula is all about the future value. And then when you look at this formula, it is similar to a future value annuity that we've just discussed. Okay, so here is an example. in this example, you've got this Ukoni pest management, which is a business that is owned by Uomkoni. And then in order to do business properly, Uomkoni needs a new motorcycle because his current motorcycle is getting old. He decides to create a sinking fund to pay for the new car, new motorcycle, which he expects to buy in 6 years. You are already given your T here. Your T is equal to 6, and then he deposits 4,400. These are your regular payments. Okay, so your regular payments into a fund every month. These are the number of compounding periods, guys. So it's every month. So your M here is equal to 12. The fund account ends 6.41 interest per annum, compounded monthly. How much money will be in the fund in 6 years' time? Okay, so here it is just it's an ordinary annuity for a future value. So the sinking fund, it operates the same way. So here is the formula. Here you need to know what is it that you're looking for. You're looking for your F, your future value, you don't know, but you know what are your payments, your regular payments. These are your regular payments. And then your interest rate, this is your interest rate. The number of years is 6. And then you also need the compounding periods. Your compounding periods for your interest are the same as the compounding periods for the payments. So you are happy that is going to be equal to 12. Okay, so now here it is the case of whereby you are going to substitute everything into your formula. So your formula, in your formula, you are going to have your F, which is equal to your X. In this context, it is equal to 440. So you've got your F is equal to 440, 0. And then you just, your X here, your X that, so 1 plus, remember your I, we are going to write our I as 0,0641 divided by the number of compounding periods, which is 12, okay, to the power. Remember what is our N? Our N is equal to 12 multiplied by 6, okay. 12 multiplied by 6 is equal to, is it 36? 12 multiplied by 6 is equal to 72. So you've got your 72, okay? 72 minus 1 divided by your I there is equal to 0,0641 divided by 12. So this is a future, an ordinary formula. Annuity. So you plug this thing into your calculator and then you will get this thing, your sinking fund. So your future value for your sinking fund is going to be the amount that you would get there. Okay, so there's nothing much in the sinking fund. What is important is to know what is the story, what information is there. Okay, so we need to look now on something that about the amalento amortization. Okay. Amortization is a loan is said to be amortized when all liabilities, you are looking at all ne? Liabilities when you take out a loan will be the principal. When you go and borrow imali, ne? When you borrow imali at bank, you still have to pay for the principal that you borrowed. You still have to pay interest. You pay for those both. Some of us, if you go and buy a new car, you pay for interest in a new car for so many years before you even start paying for the actual principal. Okay, there's a little money that goes to the principal. So those two things needs to be taken care of. Okay, so we are talking about amortization. Okay, so they are paid in sequence of equal payments made at equal intervals at a time. So most of the money that would go in your payments will be most of the money goes to interest. The little goes for the principal. Your loan is getting little, get less. It takes time for it to pay because most of the percentage of the money goes to interest. So what is critical for you to learn here is the payments, how to calculate the payments, the present value. Okay, remember the principal is all about the present value, and then the schedule and the interest. Okay, those are the critical things that you need to bring to your attention when you're doing this. How do you calculate for a payment? Okay, so the payments, this is all based to these are all based to future value. Ilento i formula for annuities. Okay, ordinary annuities. Okay, so we know into the present value of an ordinary annuity is equal to, we are recapping from the previous sessions of the ordinary annuity. This is equal to R into, that's a formula that we used, 1. So we are using this formula that we have used, which is 1 plus I, okay, I to the power n, okay, minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus in. All right, then this is a formula that we are using to calculate for payments. The only thing that you do here is to play around and make your R the subject of the formula, because we want the monthly payments. What are the monthly payments? That is your R. Making this thing the subject of your formula, this implies that if you do the calculations, your R is going to be equal to P divided by 1 plus I n minus 1 divided by I into 1 plus I to the power n. So you just make R is subject of the formula, nothing. There's nothing new that you introduce here. Okay, so let us look at this example. Here is the loan, okay, of 10,000. That is your present value. When you're talking about these amortization, we're working with present value. So this is a loan, okay, a loan of 10,000. So your P here is equal to 10,000. Okay, I just want to take you through on how you do payments. So this is 10,000, and then your interest here is equal to 0.14. Okay, and then this thing is compounding quarterly. Okay, it is to be amortized in equal quarterly payments. The payments are also quarterly, so you are not worried. And then over 5 years, your T is equal to 5. Okay, the first payment is due at the end of the first quarter. Calculate the payment. So this is, you're just using this formula. So you plug in everything into your formula. So your R is going to be equal to, your P there is equal to 10,000, okay, divided by 1 plus, what is your I? It is 0.14. Remember, this is compounding quarterly, so you're going to have 4 into, what is your N? Your N is equal to 5 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 20, this and that. So this is going to be 20, okay, 20 minus 1 divided by 0.14, okay, over 4 into 1 plus, what is your I there? Your I will be 0.14 divided by 4 to the power 20, okay? So it's a matter of rearranging everything, okay? Getting the answer of your denominator, getting this one, and getting the answer for this one. I did not check how you do it on the calculator soup. Let me see how you get it on the calculator soup. I I just want to see, because I did not do it on the calculator soup, so I don't know how it's done. So I just want to check. Calculate. Those who are doing in, who've got a financial calculator, what will be your answer? I don't want you to be doing this thing manually, guys. We don't have time for that. We need to be innovative. We need to be innovative with our time. So let me see how you get a payment. I just want to payment of annuity. Let me see. Anyone who's got a financial calculator? What is an answer that you get? Not the common payments. I just want to see how you calculate the payments. Loan payment, amortization. How do you get the payments? I don't know how you get the payments on this thing. I just want to show you on the calculator soup. Are we still together? I'm the only one who's talking, guys.
We're still together.
Yes, ma'am.
And those who've
Still
got scientific
together.
calculators, how much are you getting? Loan amounts. I don't want monthly payment. I want quarterly payments. Oh, I know you can find it on this thing, so but I don't know how you calculate it. Amortization calculating, amortization schedule, loan amount, number of payments. Let me see. I want to check something, guys. I don't want you to suffer here when you've got technology.
On my
how much are you
scientific
getting?
calculator, I got 703,6107678.
Yeah, that's what I got. It's just that I don't know which calculator I used. I just want to show
Finally,
you.
my calculator got something right. Hey.
Aibo, which calculator that got something right? Yours?
Yes.
Hey, when?
Finally.
Finally.
I also
Finally, present value calculator. Present value. Future dated, future.
What is the payment here? Amount, you said you get how much? 703?
Yes, 6107678. Interest and
payment.
Financial ratio, sales and retail, personal finance and accounting calculate.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I got this one, but I think I got it somewhere. Maybe using my thing. I don't know, guys. You'll forgive me, because I don't know how I got it from there.
Find it at loan and mortgage calculator.
Did you get it?
No, I want to check now. Just my computer is very slow.
Yeah, I did calculate it. Good manje angisayiboni.
Simple loan.
I've got amortization can equal
There's one
principal
that says,
payment.
but it says loan repayment with extra payments.
Number of payments should be 20. Why guess? It's 20. And then the frequency. 20 payments. Why never 850 here? Payment frequency. Is this quarterly? Ne?
Yes.
Quarterly. Oh.
Admission checkbook, check right money calculator standard. Nope.
All right. I'll check. I'll check. I'll check because I did. I mean, I don't calculate with the calculator, guys. I do izinto ezi straightforward. Ngisebenzisa either financial calculator. Good, I don't have my financial calculator. I don't have ilento emulator yakhona online, so I cannot take you through that. But you can also get it even on your phone. You can download it from the App Store, a free financial calculator. But we are not there. I want to show you about the This one, calculator soup. So now let us go through a schedule, because that's where the issues are lying. Okay, so with amortization, okay, let us have this example now, whereby we are looking for you need to draw up an amortization schedule for a loan of 5,000 rand. Yeah? A loan of 5,000 rand, that is your principal. Okay, your principal is 5,000 rand, so your P here is equal to 5,000. Okay, and then it is repaid in annual periods over periods of 5 years. So your T is equal to 5 at an interest rate of 15%. So your I is equal to 0.15, and then here everything is compounding once. So you can use the formula. The formula is your P is equal to 1. Your R, by the way, you're looking for your R. We're looking for your R. So your R is going to be equal to your P, which is 5,000. Your P is 5,000. You divide this by 1 plus 0.15. Okay, this is compounding annually. So if something is compounding annually, I'm going to write M is equal to 1. So then you know why we are always dividing by something. So it's over 1, okay, to the power N. Your N, remember, this implies that your N is 5 multiplied by 1. That is your N, which is equal to 5. So this is to the power 5, according to the formula, minus 1. This is divided by your I is 0.15. 0.15 over 1 into 1 plus 0.15 divided by 1 to the power 5. So you can plug this thing into your calculator. I will check how with this before we leave. I'm going to check with my calculation soup. You need to know how to do these things. So the payment, you first calculate your payment, guys, which is this amount. So now once you've got your calculator, you can go to your table. Okay, so this will be your amortization table. Okay, so your table is showing the number of years. Okay, remember the number of years here, it's annually. It's easy to follow because it's annually. I will also have an example whereby the payments are not annually, they are like quarterly or monthly. So then you can see how you convert that, but the strategy is still the same. So the number of years is 5 here. Okay, you start at the beginning here. You start with your outstanding principal. You can put this thing in your Excel. Okay, you can put this thing in your Excel, and then your Excel can get you everything. So here, the loan period is how much? What is the principal amount? Your principal amount is 5,000. Okay, your interest rate is 15. Yeah? You've got the interest rate of 15, and then the number of payments. This is, you've got how many payments here? You've got 5 payments. Okay, you've got 5 payments per year, and then the frequency is annually. I just want to see how much it's giving us. How many payments here? Your N is equal to 5, Moss.
Yes.
So the monthly payment we said is 1,000, Anish. Maybe this one. No, I'm just testing. I'm still testing this calculator, so it's getting me worried, Vaj. Okay.
Is
Anyway,
ma'am still
you can
using
put
the
this thing into
video
your
of-
hello. You can put it
No, I was
into
asking
your.
you still using.
I can hear the other side.
Can ma'am hear me now?
Can you? Can
Can
hear
you
me?
hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Yes. Now I was asking on the calculator strip, are you still using time value for money?
Yeah. I did calculate this thing. I'll search for you because I want you to use this one. So it's easy if you are using this one. I will search for you. Don't worry. So let's look at this, guys. You can enter this thing in an Excel. You don't want to be making your life difficult. So in the Excel, you'll be entering the formulas. Okay. So the first line will be your principal. So this will be your second heading. Your second heading will be the actual interest. Your actual interest, this will be the formula. You can insert this formula in your Excel. Okay. So then you can enter for any calculation that you want. So this will be your formula. And then this one will be the payment. That is the payment that we did. Okay, that we did manually. The payments are the same throughout the periods. Okay, the payments do not change. Keep that in mind. And then the principal that has been repaid. Okay, after you get that loan in the first year, you're going to pay for the interest of 750, and then the balance, the payment is going to go to 750, and then you're going to be left with this amount that is going to go to left for principal. That means you're going to have payment le mali le payment lo ipatala every month. That amount you subtract interest, then you're going to only pay principal. That is 741. Can you see why our loans are taking long? Most of the money is going to interest, and then remember, interest rate chincha. That's why people who've got money are always crazy when these things are going up and down, because they know. So here is a formula. So the formulas are just there for you, so then you can use them for any amortization table. So whatever is at the end, at the first year, whatever you are having here becomes the principal at the beginning of the second year. You do the similar process. What you have here, you take this amount, you multiply it by interest of 15% and multiplying it by the time. Okay, your time here is it 5 years? How much? Why your T here is 1? Why your T is 1 here? Yeah, guys. Why in this formula the T is equal to 1? Oh, you know why?
Isn't it because it's done
This was the
a
first
year?
year. This was the first year.
Oh,
Ne?
oh, I thought it meant. Oh, okay.
So you are calculating your thing annually, each year. That's why your T is equal to 1, because it's for that year. It's for that year. It's for that year. Ne? So if you get for 258.42, you multiply it by the interest of 0.15. You are going to get to 638. Ne? So when you are here on the second year, you are not saying T is equal to 2. When you are doing this thing manually, ne? You are not saying T is equal to 2. This is for only this year. So you multiply by T is equal to 1 for this year, only this year. You use the similar formula. You don't change your payment. You don't need to be calculating your payment all the time. It will just be the same for all the years. Okay, so your principal is going to be at the end of the year, is going to be the principal at the beginning minus this amount. Here are the formulas, guys. So the formulas are there for you to do your schedule. So this is going to be the so it's equal to this amount multiplied by the interest multiplied by 1, because you are working with 1. Okay, you get your 1 until you do this thing until this final year. And that at the end, on your last year, you would see that this is 0. This is the amortization. Let's see another example. Okay, here's another example. Okay. In this example, you have 30 year. Hey, this is long. Ours is 20. 30-year mortgage of 240,000 at 5% interest rate with monthly payments. Okay, so here you've got this thing is monthly, so your payments are done monthly. Your interest rate is 5%. Okay, and I'm going to assume that our interest rate is paid monthly. Okay, I'm going to assume because the question is not saying. So we are going to say our interest rate is compounding monthly. Is compounding monthly. Okay. It's compounding monthly. So now what you need to do here is to get the schedule, is to get your monthly payment. Okay. So to get our monthly payment, we are going to calculate first our monthly payment. Anyone who's got a financial calculator, can you please get us the monthly payment for this one? I did not calculate it on my calculator. Soup does not want to give me the answers. So the one who's got what is the monthly payment? Our M here is equal to 12. And then our I is equal to 0.05. Okay. And then we know that our T is equal to 30. Our M, okay. Our 30 times 12. Writing the things that are two periods. Ne? Okay, I calculated this. My payment was 12.88,37. I think it was given. Okay, so to get your schedule, and you are going to have principal paid. Principal paid, and then you're going to have principal at month end. Okay, you've got this. This is your schedule. So you just draw this thing. You can. So the first month, I'm going to have month 1, and then I'm going to have month 2. This is going to run until month 360. Okay, so your principal at the beginning is 240. So you've got 240,000. 240,000. Your payment is 12 throughout the period. 1288,37, 1288,37 until the end. Ne? So this is going to run until 37. Okay, so to do the calculation for the interest due, so the interest due, you're going to take your principal. Remember, it is your principal multiplied by, you've got your principal, which is 240,000. You've got 240,000 yeah, multiplied by your interest. Okay, your interest is 0.05. And then remember, what is your time? Your time, you are doing this thing for 12 months. And then this you are going to be dividing by 12. Okay, remember when we were doing a simple interest rate calculation? Yeah, a simple interest rate calculation is saying you are going to divide your time by the number of compounding periods. So here to get your interest, so your interest is going to be equal to PRT. So your P is for this year, for this month, 240. So this is going to be 240,000 multiplied by the interest of 0.05. Multiplied by your time. This is only for 1 month. It's going to be 1 month divided by 12 because we are only getting interest for only this period, for a period which is less than 12. So we divide by the number of compounding periods. This is the month which is 1/12. So you get that your interest due is equal to 1,000. Okay, so now to get your principal paid, remember your principal paid, you're going to have 12 this payment according to our formula on the previous slide. This payment minus this will give you a principal that is paid, which is going to be 288,37. Okay, so what is going to be the principal at the end? The principal at the end is going to be this amount minus this according to our formula. Remember, I've given you the formulas that you can use across. So the principal at the end is going to be 239,711 multiplied by 63. So this is going to be what you are starting with at the new month. So this is going to be 239,711,63. Okay, you will have to calculate the interest on this amount. Okay, the interest on this amount on this month, on this 1 month, is going to be the principal multiplied by the interest multiplied by 1/12. Then you'll get the interest because you are calculating for each and every one. So for this month, you are going to have this. Okay, this is going to be 239,711.63 for this month. Okay, which is going to be equal to 998,80. Okay, so for the principal paid, you are going to have your payment minus this amount, which is going to be 289, which is going to be 289 multiplied by 57. Okay, so what is your principal at the end of the month? It is going to be what you began with at that month minus how much we have paid, which is going to be 2. Yo, it's reducing little. 239,422,06. This is going to be the principal for month 3. Okay.
Sorry,
For month
Doctor.
3. Yebo.
I lost you there by the interest due, especially 1/12 for time on your interest calculation.
Number 1 here.
Yes, you said that interest due. Yes, I lost you there.
Remember the formula from simple interest? We started with this formula when we were doing a simple interest. Okay. When we're doing simple interest, we said our I is equal to PRT. Okay. So now we are saying here, okay, this was not necessary for me because we are doing this was not necessary because we are not doing anything that is compounding here. We are only applying compounding if ever you are calculating for repayment. So here, what is our principal for this month? What is our principal for this month?
It is
240.
It's 240,000. So we've got 240,000. Ne? What is our interest rate?
0.0.
And then the time. So we are working with months here. So the time here is only 1 month. It's monthly, every month. So our month here is 1. Remember when we were working with simple interest and also compound interest, we said if your period is less than a year, it needs to be divided by the compounding periods. So we've got 1 month divided by 12 compounding periods. Ne?
Okay.
Is that clear? So that's how we got this 1,000. We use this formula to get this 1,000 for this month.
And then, ma'am, the payment amount, how did you get to the payment amount? Because I think I got 12,883. I don't know where I got that from.
883. At least it's closer. At least it's closer. You are using the formula. Remember the formula that this formula R is equal to what is this long formula? I wanted to use a calculator. I didn't want to use the manual way. Remember this formula? Oh, you remember the formula, Mosne? Without me rewriting it. So you use that formula. So we can be, our answers could be incorrect due to the number of decimal places that I would have used or that you would have used. But I'm happy with at least you are closer to 12 something, you understand?
Yes,
so that's why I wanted it's easy to use the financial calculator. And I'm sure if you can like play around with the calculator soup, you will definitely get the section whereby they will calculate the formula, the payments for you. Ne? It's just that now I don't have time of searching for it, because I'm avoiding a case whereby you'll be calculating manually and then you get a number which is incorrect, and then you remember you are working with your assignments are what is this, MCQ, multiple choice, so you'll have an exact answer. So that's why I'm trying to move you away from manual calculations. Ne? So after this session, please play around with calculator soup. You can go to Google and say calculator soup, payments, how you calculate payments, and let it, I don't know how, I forgot how you got to that section. There is a section whereby it takes you on how you calculate the payments, the amount payments, especially for a loan. Ne? So if you can play around, so then you don't do manually, don't waste time, because we don't have money to buy financial calculators. This is just one part of our learning. Ne? So that's how you would calculate your payments. So your payments are the same across. Ne? They don't change. Yeah,
I don't know if I'm right. Calculator soup, I'm sure it gives you options like your interest and APR, time period, There's loan and mortgage calculators.
Where here or others?
No, they're on calculator soup. Here on calculator.
I'm sure those are the ones we should be using, innit?
I think so. I'm not sure.
So where did you go to?
I know it's financial calculator. Then it gives you a list of options. Then there's where it says loan and mortgage calculators.
Yeah.
I clicked on that. Then it says mortgage payments, and then there's one
Igopi. And yet you've got finances, which is loans. Should I click on loan?
Yes.
The first one.
Yes.
And then
there should be a point where it talks about mortgage calculations. Then there's mortgage payment with tax and insurance, mortgage repayment with extra payments, and so forth.
Okay, let's see this one. Ne? Have you entered this one? 240,000. Ne? I want to see is 240,000 A mortgage term is how much? It's 30, ne?
Yeah. Yes.
But the term should be in months.
Then I'm not
360.
going to multiply 60.
360. I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
did you put months or years?
I put months because it says months.
But you put 360.
Yes.
Okay. So the interest you entered 5.
Yes.
So the monthly payment, I mean, I'm getting 1,000 and you?
Yeah, 1.288.37.
Wait, help me. I've got 240,000 and then the mortgage term you put how much?
Initial loan, the principal amount, which is 240, interest rate is 50, and the number of months is 360.
And then you put months, not years.
No, I put months.
All right.
No. I don't know if it's the one. I took a guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it is the one. I've done a calculator now. Thank you. You want to mean I'm always playing around with the computer and then I forgot what I did because I'm always searching for easier ways. When you enter on that mortgage calculator, or should I go there? Let me go there. So then everyone can see. Thank you for that. Mina, I found this calculator soup when I was stranded with calculators, guys. I did not have a financial calculator because I am not a financial person. I'm a mathematician. I needed it. So can you see my, guys, can you see my, hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you double click on calculator soup on loans, ne? Ne? Then when you go on loans and then you go to mortgage payment, ne?
Yes. Why is it not entering? Oh. And we are on a trip.
Then our mortgage here, our mortgage we said is 240. Ne? Is 240,000. Ne? Mortgage term is 360 because we need to multiply that 12 by number of compounding periods, and then it's months. Remember, it's 30 multiplied by months, that is 12 is 360, and then the interest there is 5. Okay, and then you calculate. It's 1288.37. Did you give you that, Kabelo? Yeah. Join.
I went out. Oh no, my principal amount is wrong. That's why. Just give me a second, please.
So you can see that 1288. How you get your payment, your monthly payments.
Yes.
So what is important for us is we need to enter the correct amount. Let's say this thing was compounding quarterly. Maybe you've got a 20-year mortgage, which is compounding quarterly. Then you are going to have 30 multiplied by 4. You would enter 4 there. You would enter that 20 multiplied by 4, which is going to be 80, and then make sure that you change. It's months or years. I think this is either it's months or years. The mortgage is always months. You don't have a quarterly mortgage here. So it's either months or years. So you would change that and then you would get your payment, which is 1288.37. Okay. So if you want to create, hello?
No, continue. Sorry, continue.
So if there is your payment. So let's see our amortization schedule. So there is the amortization schedule that we've done manually. There is done for you electronically.
Now I see.
So you can do that amortization schedule by manually. It's up to you whether you want to complicate your life or you want to make your life easy. It's up to you, really. We're doing technology, so make technology work for you. If you don't have a financial calculator,
So here, because I see they displayed the payment principal amount, interest, and then the balance owed. So they have like the outstanding at the beginning.
You can just include that for you. I mean, here, in Toguti, let me see. So I think this thing was done. It's a different thing. So you can always note it on the side.
Yes, ma'am.
Because whatever is owed here is going to be the principal on this period, but it's not written. You can just write it on the side.
Yes.
So this one is going to be whatever is owed at the beginning here. Whatever is here is going to be what is at the beginning here, and so on and so on and so on and so on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes...
Remember, these are the different people. They are using different, therefore, the way that they put their formulas is different from the way that we've done. This one by one. All right, guys, that is my story. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will see you when you see me. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you, doctor.